Have you ever had a week where everything went horribly, or at least you thought it did, but maybe it didn't? A project at work kicked in, getting to know new people, everybody coming up to speed, teams getting together. It was very emotionally draining in a way. I mean, sometimes you can go to work and you have a physically hard labor, and other times you go to work and it's just mentally exhausting. And other times you go to work and you come back emotionally exhausted because of all of the relationships and people getting to know each other, and you're trying to figure everything out and make sure it works, the team is working right, and you know, you want the project to be successful and the team to be successful, but it's then very busy, so much so you can get so busy during the week it starts to bleed over into your personal life. We had 2 team dinners. One was Tuesday, one was Wednesday, and we had a lot of things that had to be done by Friday, so it was a very challenging week. Another thing that happened this week is that Mike from MikenRickOutdoors, he spent, I want to say, 3 weeks or more of developing this wilderness survival shelter or wilderness camping shelter. And he finally finished it. And so he uploaded it all this week, and by the time I downloaded it, I had 3 hours and 22 minutes of raw video of him creating a shelter. And he talked a lot through it, so much so I was having a lot of hard time getting through it, and some of the videos were out of order, and so I was piecing it together, and I finally got everything in order. And then I was looking at it going, I cannot post a 3-hour plus video. So I was breaking it down, and in the middle of this, it was just some crazy things, and Mike and I are both learning. But he had gone out to a place where he thought was rural, but he was near a highway, and there's this constant highway noise. And he's saying in the video, yeah, I'm rural, I'm out here in Oklahoma, the mountains of Oklahoma, the hills in Oklahoma. And the trucks, the cars are going by on the highway. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I'm listening to this video and I'm trying to put this all together. I actually spent about an hour on Saturday morning going through and trying to figure out how to get rid of background noise. And if you're good and you know what you're doing, you can do it. But I've had other things in my life. I'm like, I don't have time to become a professional at removing background noise. And so I've got this video and it's going to be big. I know it's going to be big, but it's just no joke. It really took away 15 plus hours of my late in the week in the evenings and almost this whole weekend. No joke. Almost this whole weekend, at least physically half the day, every day. So if you say half of my waking hours, easy 15 hours, if not 20 hours on this one video. Now, I have other things I want to do. I have all these other things, plus I have a family. And I've got this big video, which I think is going to be super successful, and it just put me in a funk this weekend. Now, that was funk, F-U-N-K, so that was not a bad word. Do you see where I'm getting to on this? And this is all about my journey you're watching here from Freed From Work. But there's these days and weeks that sometimes happen, and you're just going, oh my goodness, how am I going to deal with this? Well, so even tonight I'm sitting here talking to my son and my daughter, and I just feel like I'm in this mood, and I didn't even want to make this video. Like, how am I going to make this video? I don't even want to make the video. But here's the interesting thing when I say sometimes something's bad in your life, or you think is bad, turn out to be not bad. Well, I got the video done for this emergency shelter. It's not an emergency shelter, it's a wilderness shelter, survival shelter. And then I got that uploaded this morning, and then I took a little time off, and then I created a 1-minute video. I do 58 seconds because YouTube, if you don't know this, YouTube will add an extra second for some reason. So there's been times I've made a 59-second video, and you can't do more than a minute. Did I say minute? 59 seconds. So if you do more than a minute, it's not a YouTube short. So I always just stick with 58 seconds. Well, anyway, I created this 58-second YouTube short, And I posted it, and within 5 minutes, I mean, it starts blowing up. Now it's blowing up for me and Mike. I mean, it's not 100,000 views, it's not 1,000,000 views, but it's blowing up for what Mike and I are used to. And I have it on Mike and Rick Outdoors, and I also have it on Camping with Mike and Rick. And at one point, Mike and Rick was, I mean, within 5 to 7 minutes, Mike and Rick was over 1,000 views and a whole lot of likes. And Camping with Mike and Rick only had about, I don't know, maybe 60 views. And I checked back about an hour later, and then all of a sudden, Camping with Mike and Rick is over 2,000 views, and Mike and Rick's at 1,700. So it's really fascinating watching. Same video, two different sites, how they do. Well, again, 2,000 views for most of you might go, no big deal. But from what we're used to, it's just really taken off. I haven't even checked in the last 2 hours what's going on. But even though this weekend has felt stressful, and I'm doing this raw video here on Sunday evening, and it is the 15th of January, 2023. So doing this video, I can't get it edited tonight. I have to go to bed. I got to go to work tomorrow. But even though I'm in this kind of a funk, F-U-N-K, I still want to make this video because not every week is perfect and awesome and I'm just rocking it. Sometimes things don't feel that good. And that's where I am right now. But even though this may be one of those moments where it doesn't feel really awesome and things aren't really clicking and I'm just in a mood, I am going to make a prediction right now. This weekend and the effort that I went through with this video is going to be one of the things that propels Mike and Rick Outdoors into the future. And it's also part of what I do from this Freed From Work. I have Freed From Work, I have Hiking Emergency Beacon, I have another site, I have Mike and Rick Outdoors. So all of it together is what's building this financial freedom and financial independence. But again, coming back to it, sometimes you're doing stuff and it just doesn't feel right. It's tough. Things aren't going really well. But it's something in those moments, in those times that just doesn't feel good, doesn't feel right, might be the thing that propels you or helps propel you to success. Just really wanted to throw that out tonight. And I hope you guys are all having a great evening, a great week. It's still early in 2023, so I hope you have a great year. And thanks for joining me here on this video. And I'll be back with some good news shortly as I see things happening, whether these videos are taking off and financially things are happening and I can give you some analytics and let you know what's going on. I'm going to have some great information to share with you coming up in the next videos and here in the next weeks and months. So thanks again for joining me here on Freed From Work.